guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be making a video on a requested topic. Pretty much everything you should know going into an orthodontic office, being an orthodontic assistant. So I'm going to go over appliances, tips, advice, all that good stuff. So I made like a list of things because I can't remember it all. So if I keep looking down and up, I'm looking at my notes. So I thought I would start off with appliances because you're working with a lot of appliances in the office. So let's get started. I am going to very quickly, very roughly go over appliances because I could probably spend a much longer time talking about them, but I don't want to make this video very long. So I'm just going to kind of, give a brief review of what it is or what it does. Anything I talk about could be different in your office. Not every office is the same, so you may use different things, may use something in a different way, or call something a different name, so I'm just going to tell you my experience with these appliances. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was a palate expander. So a palate expander, it expands the upper jaw. When people have a very narrow smile, we put that in and it gives you a wide, big smile. It's something you have to turn every day, so you get a key and you turn the little knob back, and that's what expands your upper jaw. I see these all the time. We do these like so many of them. But it's great. It really makes your smile bright, big, and it really does make a difference. Night brace, aka headgear. This is a brace that you wear obviously at night, or whenever you are not busy, doing homework, watching TV, just bored around the house, you don't have to wear it out in public, just to yourself type thing. You wear it on the upper part of your jaw, and it's really meant to just hold your jaw, your upper jaw, in place, or to push it back a bit. So a chin cup is kind of the opposite. You wear it at night, as much as you can, and it goes like this, kinda. It's like a plastic thing right here, at least for our office. It's a plastic thing here, and it goes like around your head, and what that does is it pulls the lower jaw back. So if you have a bite like that, it's going to push it back. And then what I was just talking about, the night brace, if you have like a really deep bite, I can't really make myself have a deep bite, but it'll push your uppers back, so your upper and lower jaw come together. A Nance. It almost looks like a palate expander, but smaller and round. We use these for after extractions. So when a patient gets teeth taken out, we put them in, so we can keep what we have in there, keep space, and keep, so nothing moves around. So, retainers. Obviously, when you get your braces off, you need a retainer to keep your teeth nice and straight. So, there are two types of retainers. There is what we call them preferred and standard. Preferred is acrylic bar in the front, probably what a lot of people see, and it's pink up top. So it's pink plastic and it's got a bar across the teeth. You are supposed to keep it in 24/7 besides when you brush, but it is removable. And when you get that retainer, the preferred, you also get, it's called a lower lingual, and it's a little bar that goes from your canine, so 3 to 3, right there. We just kind of glue it on like how we glue brackets on, and it stays there. We recommend like 7 years. You can go longer. Some people get it out before, you know, for certain reasons. So yeah, so that is preferred. Standard, this kind of looks like, those kind of look like Invisalign trays. If you know what Invisalign is, it's like a plastic tray, plastic clear tray. You put it in and it holds your teeth. I did lose my retainer once. I did not throw it away. Someone else in high school threw it away, and I had to dig through the trash and I couldn't find it, but I've only lost it once. I'm pretty sure only once. But yeah, so you get a tray for the upper and the lower, and I mean, you gotta wear it 24/7 besides when you eat and brush. You can't wear it when you eat. The preferred, you can wear it when you eat. Spacers. So when a patient comes in and they have had zero work done on them, orthodontic work, you know, they're just starting, one of the first things we will do is put spacers in. So we'll take impressions, x-rays, and then, you know, we will either put spacers in for a palate expander if they're getting a palate expander. A palate expander, by the way, goes in before you get braces, not after, not so much during. It's a whole nother story, but palate expander you get before braces pretty much. But spacers, they're like little blue round donut rubber bands. They're tiny, and they go in between your teeth. You kind of like floss them in, and they stay in between your teeth until, you know, probably 2 to 3 weeks to create space, so we can put bands on your back molars, which gets me into the banding part of this. So a patient comes in, take impressions, x-rays, spacers. They come back in about 2 to 3 weeks, whatever the doctor says, and then we fit these like metal bands around the sixes, the molars, and those are the anchor to the braces. So these bands, they have tubes. We solder tubes on them, and that is where the wire goes through. So you have these bands with tubes, and we put the wire in through the tube so they stay in there. So they are the anchor of the braces. And putting the bands in, you have to cement them in. So you have to get your box of bands, come over to the patient, fit them, see what size works for the patient, and then you have to mix cement, dental cement. And if you are in dental assisting or the dental world, I'm sure you know what dental cement is on the glass slab. You mix it, fill the band, tap it in onto the molar. Some offices do bond sixes, so they pretty much just bond little tubes to your molars where we would put the band. Depending on the office, you either bond the molars, you know, to be the anchor, or you put the band with the tube on the sixes for the anchor. Man, I have never actually explained all of this, so I really hope that I am making some sense. If I'm not, please ask a question and I'll do my best to answer. There are 2 types of wires. There is Nai-Tai and there is stainless steel. Nai-Tai is bouncy almost. When you bend it, it goes right back to place. And then a stainless steel, you can move it and it won't bounce back. Like you can twist it and make it into a square. This is what doctors use for like to make a step down, or you know, to shape the wire. They can't use a night tie because it won't keep its shape that they want it to go to. So the difference between a night tie and a stainless steel will keep its form that you put it in. Night tie just bounces right back. And with each of those, there comes a round and a rectangular. So rectangular and circular night tie, rectangular and circular stainless steel. And so say the doctor wants a 016 night tie. That is a round. And say he wants a 1622 night tie. That will be rectangular. So the ends of the wire, one will look square-like and one will look round. 1622, 16 by 22, 16 by 22. It's gonna have, you know, its angles, so it's going to be square. Also, the same thing with stainless steel. 016 stainless, it's still going to be round. 1622 stainless steel, it is going to be square. So, back to the bands. I'm going to go over a mallet, a driver, and a band remover. So, like I just said, how we have to fit bands around the teeth. Well, we have to put them on the teeth, so we are going to use a driver, and it kind of almost looks like a screwdriver, but it's just like a long stick. After you have the bands fitted, the doctor will come over, put the band on, he'll put the driver on, and then he'll come over with a mallet. A mallet is like a mini hammer, but it's just to drive the band on. So band, you put the driver on, they hold it. I don't have 5 hands, so, and then you just tap it on. I wish I had all the instruments here to show you. Sorry. Before you band it on there, you have to have the cement on there. We are going to move on from banding. You need to know how to take impressions. That is the powder and water that you mix together, and it makes a goopy, putty-like consistency. Put it in a tray, put it in their mouth, and it makes molds of their teeth. So that is probably something you want to work on. I'm sure if you are in the dental field, again, you probably already know all about impressions. C-chain, aka power chain, it is the little colorful rubber bands that we see on braces, all in one strand. This really gets the job done to closing spaces. Elastic lace and steel lace. Elastic lace is pretty much what it sounds like. Elastic, it's elastic strand that you put around braces, and you tie it around. This goes under the wire, and it also closes space. It's almost like power chain, but different. It goes under the wire, and C-chain goes over the wire. Steel tie. So steel ties, say we want to close a space, you know, and we closed it. So we don't need that power chain or steel lace anymore because the spaces are closed. So maybe they will have you put a steel tie on where the elastic lace was to hold that space so it doesn't create any more space. So it's kind of like a retainer to space in a way. So, you know, if you want to close space, you use elastic, closes the space, and then, you know, that space is closed, and then you want to put steel tie to seal it in and keep it closed. Bonding brackets, bonding braces. That is pretty much just the term to put on brackets, you know, glue them on there. A bite plate. A bite plate looks pretty much like a retainer, but without the bar across your teeth. This helps with their bite, obviously. A lot of people, you know, older people especially, will grind at night, you know, when you're stressed or, you know, have a lot going on. So at night they'll take their back teeth and grind, and in the morning they will wake up with a lot of pain. Right? A bite plate makes you bite on just your front teeth. So you're biting on your front teeth and not your back teeth. It just kind of stops you from biting back there. So when you do go to sleep, you cannot grind on those back teeth, which is very helpful for a lot of people. So acrylic is what the bite plate, retainer, the preferred retainer, palate expander, and the Nant is made out of. It's a liquid and a powder. You mix it together and it makes plastic acrylic. Just like when you go to get your nails done, you know how when you walk in and you get that puff of nail smell? That is acrylic. It's pretty much the same thing that we use in the office, but it's a little different. But it has pretty much the same exact smell, and I love that smell. Elastics, or a lot of people call them rubber bands, and it's like a little tiny rubber band. It's a little bigger than the spacers, and it's like a yellow clear color, and you wear it from, say, up here to down here. So when you open, you can kind of see it from there to there. And this helps with deep bites and you know, if your lower jaw needs to be moved back, if you have a deep bite, it makes your upper jaw go back. So it aligns your lower jaw and your upper jaw to get to where they need to be to match in the midline. So make the midline match. Those are supposed to be worn 24/7 when you eat, sleep, not when you brush, but all the time. One thing you should probably be aware of is that orthodontic numbering system is different than regular dentistry. You know how you go by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you know. Ours is central, starts on the central back, and then central back, central back, central back. So we really only go to 8 if there's wisdom teeth back there. But so it goes central 1, lateral 2, cuspid 3, bicuspid 4, bicuspid 5, 6 molar, 7 molar, 8 wisdom. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So really you just gotta know 8 numbers and where they are. It's honestly, I like it better than when I was in dental assisting and I had to, you know, number them that way. But you know, when I first started, that was something I did not know. So that was kind of interesting to learn. So an exam is a patient that comes in. They have never been in the office before, but they're looking for treatment. So the doctor takes a look at them, see what they need done, and the patient can either decide to start that day, or if they decide not to, they don't have to. A recall is, say the exam comes in, but they are just not ready to start yet. Say they're too young, or usually that they're too young, you know, have too many baby teeth. We will call them a recall now and recall them, you know, back in 6 to 9 months or so they can come back in and we can examine them again and see if they are ready at that point. A consult at our office is a previous patient that comes in looking for a retainer, treatment again, or some type of treatment that they want to get done. Now I'm going to move on to first things you will and should learn when you very first start. And the first thing is how to clean tables. So, you know, it's pretty easy. You just take the instruments off, take the paper, wipe it down, reset it, and then you put the instruments in the sterilizer, and you know, that's probably what you're going to be doing a lot for the first couple months, you know. So learn how to clean. What we say is learn how to bust your tables. Obviously you need to learn how to talk and how to see patients. So, you know, that office will tell you when to see the patient, how many patients you should have back, you know, at a certain time. But you need to learn how to talk with them and how to interact with them, you know, just be a nice human to them. And for some people that comes easy. For some people they might really have to work on it. So if you have to work on it, just, you know, just be yourself and try not to be shy, you know. So you will have to learn the wires. So I went over the wires. You're gonna learn, you know, which one's which. A flex arch, it kind of looks braided, and that is very common when you first get your braces on. A lot of doctors will put that. Sometimes they'll just use a round night tie, you know, not heavy. So just keep that in mind. A flex is usually one of the first starting wires. The next thing you'll probably learn is how to take off the colored ties. I learned how to take them off before I really learned how to put them on. It was a little, you know, frightening to learn how to put them on. I guess just because, you know, it's something you've never done. But it's easier with practice. It's really not hard. Like, looking back, I'm just like, what was I scared of, you know? But it just comes with time. It really is easy though, so don't worry about it. Impression. So like I said, if you are in the dental world already, you should know what impressions are and hopefully know how to take them. If not, you are just gonna have to practice. So that's like the top 5, I think that was 5 things that you will very first learn. The rest just kind of takes time and practice, you know. You will learn along the way. That is just how it goes, you know. Tips when starting your new job as an orthodontic assistant. Be yourself. Just be yourself with your doctor or doctors, your co-workers, your patients. Just be yourself and have fun with it. So you want to remember how doctors like certain things. You know, I work with 3 different doctors, so each doctor likes different things different. Like, one likes to bond this way, the other one likes to bond the other way. One likes to do retainers this way, one likes to use this instrument for this procedure, you know, so it's just all different with all my doctors. So if you have one doctor, it should be a bit easier, but just try to make a mental note or even write it down what doctor likes what. So it makes them happy, which makes you happy, which makes the patients happy, which makes everything easier. be patient with yourself. You are going to get frustrated a lot. It doesn't come in one day, you know? It takes time. You're gonna get frustrated, annoyed, mad with yourself, with the doctors, maybe your co-workers, but just be patient and just try to have fun. It really is fun, so I mean, I feel like you will have a good time. The last tip I'm going to give you is work on knowing the basics before speed. Don't try to speed into this. Give yourself time. You want to learn the basics, so that way, you know, you have the basics down and then you can start working on speed. You don't want to try to work super fast and then do it all wrong. You want to slowly learn the basics, get the basics down, and then work on speed. I know that was a good amount of information, so if I did not explain anything thoroughly, clearly, you know, if you just have questions, please leave it down below. I will try my best to answer it, but I hope this helped in some way. It will be really fun. You will learn so much, and you know, time is just gonna fly by, so just enjoy it and have fun. Try not to stress too much. Give yourself lots of self-care, and just be yourself. So I hope you took something away from this video. I hope it helped. Like if you like teeth, if you like to smile. Give me a comment, subscribe, you know, all that good jazz. So yeah, thanks for listening. Bye.